everyone! Welcome to the next session of Fractures of Reality. In the last episode, we did a little more downtime, and Charlotte's decided to head back to her grandmother's house. See what's there. Well, she didn't really. She lived in the attic of your house. To explain it a bit more, she liked the view up there, and the stairs were really, she couldn't really get down the stairs. She mostly just stayed up there. With that said, before we head to what Neku is doing, Charlotte, what are the rest of you doing? Is there anything anyone would like to do before we do Neku's thing, is what I'm saying?
I had wanted to talk to the Thieves Guild.
Right.
And I am taking care of all of the pets. All of them.
Alright. Neku, you wanted to go with Ninja to the Thieves Guild, didn't you?
Yeah.
Alright, so do you want to delay your departure until then?
We can, yeah.
Alright, let me just get that icon. There's a lot of icons. It's in acquaintances. There he is. So, with the festival concluded, everyone goes back to their own thing, and you notice a new store has opened up in the city, selling shoes. And the one at the counter is Burton.
Yep.
Of course. Jezebel basically walks in with Charlotte and immediately perks up. She goes, "Bertrand! So convenient that you managed to make a new store here."
Well, this house was actually abandoned and has been abandoned for some time. We're still working on adding repairing some damages. And he says this in a tone that makes you think it's not just repairing damages. He's probably working on the underground area where the thieves generally stay when they don't have anything else to do.
Figured as much. Jezebel just kind of gives a knowing grin and she goes, "Well, waste not, want not. If this building's abandoned, might as well use it for something else."
Yes, and it just became abandoned recently. I hear the owner got paid a generous amount of money and decided to buy a brand new house that wasn't run down.
Oof, indeed. As I just looking around with a skeptical look.
There is indeed some damage, but it's like, some beams are starting to chip away a little bit. Like, the damage is vastly lower than what he's making it out to be.
Yep. Jezebel just grins still and she goes, "But I'm sure you can pick this place up nice and spiffy as you always do."
What so? So I take it you're here about the jobs.
Just touching up. I did have a little bit of an outing with some of my comrades, and I even brought my good friend Charlotte here.
Yes, I can tell you're at least somewhat relaxed, but you really are suffering from adventurous syndrome.
Well, you could be glad to see that I'm not the only one, dear. My dear friend Charlotte here also has some questions of her own.
Well, what would you like to know?
Jezebel just grins at Charlotte. "Would you like to go first, dear?"
I can, yeah. There was an incident in the city that I'm sure you heard of, where before the death of a certain someone, the vault was breaking into. I never got a clear answer of how that happened. But I remember there was being some weird magic in it, but do you have any leads or explanations on that?
He thinks for a moment and then says, I will need to actually look that up. It's... He puts a hand to his chin as he sort of frowns. We might need to use a wish spell. And then he waves a hand and says, I'll tell you what, give me 2 days and I'll be able to get the information for you. And Neku, 2 days is about the time it'd take you to do a trip to the Elf City and come back.
Okay.
With the large building, middens too.
Right. Very well. I'll wait for the information.
Yes, I will get it to you as soon as I can. And let you know the cost, of course.
Of course.
He gives a nod.
Done on my end.
And then he looks to Jezebel.
Was that it, dear?
That was all I had on me, and that was extremely pressing. Figured that'll be a clue to what's going on here.
Probably. So, I might have 2 things for the moment, dear Bertrand, Jezebel says with a grin.
Yes?
First things first, what do you know about the Drow and their activities lately?
Well, from what I hear... And then he pauses, and he sort of smirks. You almost got me there.
Jezebel smirks back.
That will be 10 gold.
Aw, see? She gives a teasing grin. You do like me. And then she just takes out the gold and hands it to him.
I'm sorry, the price has just risen to 15.
I give you the 10 now, she says as she puts the 10 down. If I like what I hear, I'll give you the rest.
He gives a soft shake of his head and then says, very well.
You did
From
say
what?
10 first, dear.
Yes, but then you claimed I'm showing you favoritism. So, from what I have heard, Fiona, the god, went down there and killed the god of death.
Isabel gives a weary smile. She goes, sounds like her. Wonder how my
And-
father thinks about this.
As the god of death was the one channeling energy into the barrier and their orb thing, we weren't really able to determine what it was, but the orb thing. Regardless, both of them have vanished, and quite a lot of the drow are dead or dying, and they aren't likely to launch another attack anytime soon.
Huh. She gives another weary smile with a chuckle. I think she went a little overboard, but I suppose that solves our drow issue for a little bit.
The pillars are still
Was never
up.
one to hold back.
The pillars that held the orb thing are still up, but yes.
So I suppose we don't have to worry about them summoning. And she glances at Charlotte. You know who for a little bit. At least I hope not.
He nods.
Very well then. Guess that solves the issue about worrying about the Elf City for a little bit. At least when it comes to them being used for summoning. As for everything else politically, it's something I would like to stay out of.
He nods along. You get the impression he actually wasn't listening at that point, like he was thinking about something else.
She gives a sigh and then she immediately hands him the extra 5 gold, like she promised.
Thank you.
So does that mean? Well, hold on. So do we know, as out of character, do we know who the god of death is?
It's Jiragumo, the spider lady.
Right. Okay.
Well, now it's Vienna, but whatever. Semantics.
Vienna just grows a pair of spider legs. This is fine.
Yeah.
Then she thinks back and she goes, "So what can you tell us so far? Because we are planning on going to the Elf City soon. Any heads up or precautions you might don't mind giving us? Like giving us a heads up for? Since I won't have any contacts in the city like I usually do, since you relocated."
He thinks for a moment and then says, "Wear disguises?"
Ah, duly noted.
As it stands, and he gives a very low sigh and he says, "I have found work you can do. Would you like me to give you a list of your options?"
Well, take it that we will be coming back later once we finish this little visitation. By all means, I would appreciate it.
He breathes in and then he says, "Now, I must remind you, you should take the time to be relaxing right now. It's only been a couple of days and you're already heading back to work."
Isabel lightly pouts. She goes, "It's not just me, dear." And then she points to Charlotte with her thumb. "A lot of others are just as restless as I am to go do things."
He gives a sigh and he says, "I will give this to
Besides,
you."
she says with a grin. Sorry.
Go on.
Besides, she says with a grin, "You know I do love to travel."
Charlotte will interject this conversation, saying, "She does not speak for me."
Of course, of course. He places down a wrapped scroll on the table and he says, "So, this information will cost you as usual. I will give you a brief rundown of each mission, and once you have decided what one you take, I will let you know the details of what the rewards will be,
Of course.
because they're the ones paying us, not you. In this case, he sort of says that like he realized that you might have thought he realized that you might have thought he meant you were paying, so he quickly interjected that. Right, so the first task we've got is to track down a lost exploration team. Not ours, not ours. They're just some adventurers that got lost in a dungeon or something, and they're looking for someone to recover the bodies if they're dead and such. It's a mission.
A face. Not really much for being delivery men, but I'll think about it.
There's been rumors of some strange monsters in some mountains near here. Well, not near, but they're in the general area, shall we say. And they've been reported to be very odd looking. For example, a minotaur with no fur. Or a tabaxi, but its tail is where its head should be.
Oh dear.
Yes, it was quite a sight, and the poor thing didn't last long once we captured it.
I imagine not.
So that's one other mission.
I got the heebie. Out of character, by the way. Just heebie.
We have a general mission, you can escort some merchants that are leaving, the the elf city and bring them to here. Just a simple mission. The next one is there was a cave in recently in one of the medieval cities down south. And they're looking for people to go and explore and see if anyone's still alive down there.
Mhm.
It's a mine shaft, so there shouldn't be any danger, but who knows how deep it goes.
Oh, no danger, you say. I can think of plenty of dangers, but I can also think of plenty of opportunities to find rare items, though, too.
Do remember that it isn't currently in use mine, though, so try not to kill any miners.
I mean, of course. I'm just saying, if I end up finding something in the rubble or something that maybe someone left
Of
behind.
course, of course. But yes, don't give them drinks either. The final mission is one that will probably interest you a little more. We are looking for someone to slay the Leviathan. Well, it's called the Leviathan, but I mean there's plenty of Leviathans, but as it stands, this is down in do you know the Genasi city that's in the very, very southeast?
Heard tales, never visited it.
Well, they've been having issues with a giant serpent that they've named the Leviathan. And drought problems, but I mean that's unrelated. They've been having those for years. As it stands, they want you to retrieve a vial of its blood after defeating it, so they can just see if it's possible to extract its ability to generate water.
Hmm. That's interesting, but also not something I want to risk my life for.
It pays well.
Oh, I have no doubt about that, especially if they're trying to ask for help with cleaning this thing.
You underestimate your abilities, just about. Besides, I also am pretty curious what the aspects of its abilities are.
Oh, gained your interest, did it, dear?
A little bit.
And
Enough to warrant it.
there's the missions there so you guys can read it. There is one more mission if you're feeling a little more dubious. I actually missed it accidentally. There's a magical device some nobles have that we would really like to use that they've just got on display. And we're hoping you'd be interested in, or we're hoping to find someone that will be willing to borrow it.
In quotations.
What kind of device?
That's classified.
Of course. Well, all right then. For the moment, since we are doing a quick visitation to the Elf City, I don't see no reason why we can't squeeze in doing the merchant escort if they are indeed in the city.
Well, the reward for escorting the merchant is 10 gold on arrival and 30 gold on completion.
Hmm. Not much.
He sort of just snickers a bit as you say not much. Adventurous.
More than I have, Jezebel.
Oh, that reminds me. You've got the money for Neku, remember?
Oh, that's right. So when you said that, Dizzle Press goes, "Oh yes, almost forgot." And she pulls out an extra bag and holds it out for Charlotte. There's Cicada when you back your coin.
Really?
Indeed.
He was cheating.
Well, he was, but dear Cicada cheated the cheater and got your coin back, including mine.
Oh, she did more than I could figure it out. I didn't know how to cheat properly, so.
To be
Well, it's
fair,
all
I didn't
50,
figure
right?
it either, but Cicada did.
It's all 50 a point, right?
That was 60.
I only bet 50.
Yeah, it was 50, I remember.
Was it 50? Okay. Yep, so she hands it to you, and she goes, well, there you go. So, and then she looks back to Bertrand. I suppose we'll go ahead and at least do the merchant one, because we are on our way to the Elf City. Might as well go ahead and squeeze it in. And then we'll be back in 2 days, you said?
Oh, you were asking out of character. Yeah, roughly 2 days.
In character, actually.
Well, he didn't say it in character, I said it.
Oh, gotcha. So then, how many days will it take then to get the information dear Charlotte wants?
Oh, the information. I thought you were asking how long to the Elf City. Yeah, he said about 2 days.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Uh,
All right. So then
yes,
we'll be
roughly
back
2
then.
days. Very well.
All right then.
He gives you a wave.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear Bertrand. You're once again such a good host.
The merchant you're looking for is named Fizzgig. Sorry, Fizzgig. He's a gnome, and from what I heard, he makes watches or something.
Noted. I'll make sure to ask for the merchant that sells watches then when I arrive.
He nods.
All right. Anything else you want to add to Shot before we leave?
No. I'm afraid that's all I need to know. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure having your company for a bit, Bertrand. Good luck renovating the place.
Thank you very much. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge with all the damage that's been done, but I'm sure we'll get it done.
I have no doubt. We'll be back in about 2 days.
Very well.
Is there a chair nearby?
There is a single chair.
Charlotte's gonna push the chair very slowly, cause skid marks, and it leaves.
He watches you do this and then just lets out a breath and says, "Adventures."
And I guess we just head back to the others.
All right.
Charlotte's gonna immediately look for someone in particular when they head back.
Go for it.
You can knock on the door a few times, and you realize she just enter. She's gonna enter, looking around randomly.
Who are you looking for?
She's gonna look. Oh, I'm leading up to it. Don't worry. She's gonna look behind Chloris' father. Ah, okay, he's not here either. Oh, there he is. Ryu.
Yes?
I have something to ask you.
Go on.
You have an ability to let you know a certain subject of something, correct?
That's something Cricket offered to me. And although I intended for that to be pertaining to everything to do with the drow and what we were doing and all that other stuff.
No, I'm gonna ask you to use it on something else, a little bit more selfish, but just important.
What is it?
I want to know who blew up the vault in the Elf City that caused the whole ordeal to begin with.
The one that caused the the one that caused the wild magic scandal at Corax's home?
Yeah, it obviously wasn't Korax, so I only got that put my mind at ease to figure out who actually did it.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious too.
But I'm also has information from the Thieves Guild. I wanted to see if they got any extra details if they have much limited knowledge you get. So, figured we'll ask.
I'll see what I can do.
So, would you press the skills so everyone else, including the. Yep, thank you. So, I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh.
So, you succeeded and don't get any negative effects. Not bad. So, the information. You want to know who started the wild magic surges, yes?
No,
Yes.
it was the vault.
The vault, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is you know exactly who it was. As you focus your mind and focus on the information you want, for a brief moment, you see all information. And for a split second, you know everything that has happened in the past, everything that will happen. But then that feeling of knowing everything vanishes as you focus in on the information you want to know. And a brief headache surges over you for a moment as you finally get to the information, but you manage to clear your mind of and focus so you don't wander off exploring all the information you just saw. You know exactly what you wanted and you focus on that, which prevents you from getting too lost in the knowledge. So, you focus in on it, and you were even able to see the exact moment. You see Everett talking to the air, and then they snap their fingers, and their magic goes wild.
For recollection's sake, Fevre was the advisor that he fought in the throne room, right?
Yep, you captured him and he's on trial.
And he did this with who exactly?
You can't see anyone else, but he was talking to thin air. You did hear what he said though. It was right, it's time to begin the operation. We're running out of time.
All right, as Ryu recovers, he shakes his head and looks to Charlotte and says, "All right, I think I got it."
Yeah.
I saw Fevre there. That advisor, or that accused my grandfather. But he wasn't alone. He was talking to someone. I couldn't tell who.
Actually, you could tell who. Because you got knowledge of all. You know, he was talking to his warlock patron.
Hold on. It's right. It was.
Give me a moment. I'm getting some things up for you. So, you know, he was talking to Tetsuka Lapoka.
Oh no!
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear.
And on that subject, he also briefly mentioned the drow as well.
He was talking to Cricket's brother. The one he's been warning us about. That's that's his patron. They said something about a plan and something about the drow.
Interesting. That was not the direction I thought. Now we know what happened fully. Oh,
So,
wait, something else is wrong with that.
what is it?
Charlotte's gonna try to remember where she got the information from before of who was there at the vault. I don't know. I had to remember how she gained the information. If I remember it, so do I need to roll a wisdom save or intelligence to try to remember? Yeah, it's been a while. So I think that's also in character.
I'm sorry, I have no memory of that.
Ah, okay.
But well, we record the sessions for this reason.
I know it's so long ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
I know that boss was mentioned as he was.
Oh yes, that's right.
I don't know where Charlotte heard that though, but she did hear it.
I think it was either from Corax's father or from the Thieves Guild.
It can't be from the Thieves Guild because they don't even know who blew up the vault.
I believe you asked them when they were in the city. And the thing is, you gotta remember, Burton goes through a lot of information. And it's been a long time for him. That's why he has to go look up the information, basically. It wasn't recent, so he needs time to work out find it.
Okay.
But yeah, I believe it was Corax's father who said it was Boss.
Really, you didn't see him there at the scene at all, did you? He's a
Boss?
tiefling. Yeah.
No,
Tieflings there.
I didn't see him at all.
Well, we got a little bit more information, so that's worth it.
You were looking for confirmation that it was in fact him, weren't you?
I was looking to see how he could be at two places at once, which seems to me you can't. And also, we got a little bit more information than we even asked for. Now we know that February was tied to Cricket's brother.
It looks like that situation with the stone was a lot more serious than we thought. If we hadn't stopped him that day, if we hadn't stopped him the day before.
You know, we only bought time. I have a feeling he has more than one follower.
I don't.
Just a hunch.
That I don't doubt.
The next play would be to throw more wrenches into their plans, except we just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I. Yeah, we're complete. We're as far as I see it, we're completely clueless right now.
Well, there's one way to make sure we aren't, is to actually leave and go around, learn more about what's going on with the current state of the world.
Hmm. Let's see. We have six. If I remember correctly, we have 6 of the stones. Vierna has 1.
Nope. Give me a second and I'll get the list up. Because I've written it down. Let me see. It's up here. You have 5 of the stones. Fiona has none. Oh, what happened there? Oh. Right. Sorry, nothing happened. Silicis, Clara's mother, has 1. And you have no idea what the last 2 are.
There's 2.
I'll make this a handout for you guys.
Well, without any information on the other 2, we are currently in a stead standstill.
Yeah. 2 left, and we need to find them both before Cricket's brother can get a hold of 1. Hate to say it, but the odds are kind of against us right now.
They won't be for long. Right now, let's get some rest. I gotta go somewhere soon, so probably be taking a house going near the Elf City. If that's okay with everyone else.
I've got no complaints.
Also, we're gonna talk about a job soon. I'm sure Jezebel will inform everyone about it. If it's up to everyone's task and caliber, we'll just take it up. I want to go to the workshop though. Talk to you later.
See you, Charlotte.
Yeah, thank you for the information, Ryu.
Don't mention it. Like I said, I was curious. I was curious about that stuff myself.
Charlotte nods and waves her hand and leaves the house.
There you go. There's a handout for the stones. I'll sort it into a folder, into its proper folder category thing later. Alright. So you guys are heading back to the Elf City?
Looks like it.
Seems like it, but I want to ask Laura something.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
Can you contact your mom?
Sure. What do you want me to ask her about?
The stone that she still has. If she still has it, that is.
Oh, okay. Hey, Mom, do you still have the stone?
Of course. I've been vacationing in Hawaii. You don't know what that is? It's this place in another world where it's basically just one big beach. It's great.
Shoot her.
Ah, okay. Good to know. Clara returns. Mentally returns. She's apparently in another dimension with the stone.
We kind of need that stone. Do you think you could contact her and tell her that we need it as soon as possible?
Um. Do-do-do-do. Wouldn't part of me is wondering if it would be safer in another dimension, but I'm not sure.
Mm,
Hey, Cricket, how safe would the stone is the stone in another dimension?
Since it's with your eldritch abomination of a mother, it's perfectly safe.
Ah, okay. She returns to Cicadas.
Unless she loses it again.
Oh god.
Uh, Clara tells Cicada this. The
uh,
Cricket's the one that said it.
jeez. Well, I don't want her going and losing it again, so... Do you think you could have her deliver it back to us as soon as she is able?
I could. I kind of feel bad asking her to end her vacation, though.
I said as soon as she is able. I
Ah,
understand that she is on vacation.
okay.
As long as she doesn't lose it under any circumstances.
And then she says to her mother, "My party would like the stone eventually, but don't lose it in the meantime." But
What stone is that? Oh right, the dimension stone. Yeah, I've already lost it.
Dang it.
what? I thought you said you still had it.
Oh, well, yes, I kind of do. I mean, it's currently making a portal to Hawaii.
Wait,
Chlorine is physically face palms.
So I kind of don't have it at the moment. It's kind of, yeah. I think the portal's in the forest there somewhere. I'm not sure. You sort of hear her getting faint as if she's leaning away from a microphone when she says that.
Could you please make sure it's safe at all times? I kind of
But
don't want it lost.
fine, I'll move the portal to the beach. Then I can glance at it once a day or something. But just for you.
Can't you just like close the portal and put it in your pocket, and then use the make a new portal later?
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that. Yeah, I'll just do that then.
Okay. Excellent. Enjoy your vacationing.
Should you inform her? I don't think she has pockets.
Clara,
I will. Thank you very much.
I'm taking into account that nobody else could hear the discussion, so Clara's like, "Okay, good. Keep it safe, and when you're done hopping around, we would like it. But don't lose it in the meantime. Something about making sure something terrible doesn't get it."
Sure, I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And roll intelligence, Clara. With disadvantage.
Nice.
Um.
Seen that woman's pants? There's no way that has pockets.
Did your mom have pockets? You can't remember.
Do you have pockets, Mom?
Oh, no, but I can eat it. My stomach is a pocket.
Guess that works. Then you're less likely to lose it.
Yeah, it'll be in my stomach.
As long as it doesn't go through your system.
She pauses a bit and then says, I mean, I don't think I can digest raw magic, so it should be fine.
Okay, just make sure that you don't lose it.
Yes. I mean, the worst thing that will happen is I'll maybe become a conduit for the stone itself, but in that case you can't lose it because it's attached to me.
I see. Okay.
A waiter comes up to her in the background. My lady, would you like some fine wine?
Oh yes. Hey, you know that portal I came in through, what's your name again? You said your name was Jeeves?
Jeez.
Jeez, I see. You know that portal I came in through and then I came to you and then said, I demand a vacation! And I held you hostage until you agreed to be my waiter?
Yes, you have killed countless other visitors nearby. I do remember this very briefly.
Yeah, could you show me where it is? I need to retrieve the magic device that allows me to make portals, and I need to make sure that no one else steals it.
Oh, ma'am, I don't know where that's at. I'm sorry. It was very hectic, as you might have realized.
Damn it, jeez, you had one job. Actually, no, you had many. Alright, let's go. Adventure! Oh, alright, the drink. Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming Chloe
Adventure!
doesn't hear this then.
No, you hear this. She kept the comms. She kept the line open. But she then does go, oh, right, see ya, honey, and then the line goes silent. You even hear dial tone, beep, beep, beep.
Clara applies the other palm to her face as well. And then, just informs everyone about what she got.
Absolutely sure we can trust her with it.
Don't know, but there's not much we can do about it.
True.
I, for one, wouldn't. But Clara has a point. The fact that the mother is in a place we cannot reach them, we don't really have much of a choice.
Also true.
Just wait until I level up. We'll make a portal machine later.
You see Rango briefly poke his head out the door and walk over to them. Is she in Hawaii again?
She said so, yes.
Has she kidnapped anyone yet?
It sounded like it.
He thinks for a moment and then says, tell her we have cinnamon rolls. And then he walks back inside.
Clara attempts to open the communication again.
Yes, hello?
That says we have cinnamon rolls.
You hear the line immediately slam shut.
Now that got her attention.
Well, that was short.
You do actually have cinnamon rolls, by the way. Rango made some sweets.
Sticky
Okay.
buns.
About 5 minutes later, a pink portal appears, and your mother jumps out of it. I'm here. Where's the cinnamon rolls?
Inside with Dad, I think.
She immediately leaps inside.
Oh my god.
You no longer have cinnamon rolls.
She ate them
Well,
all.
we lost them as quickly as we gained them.
Just engulf everything. Okay.
You also notice that she left the portal open again.
There's a man standing the other side. He looked at you all for a minute. He's like, "Oh hell no," and left.
Cicada just waved to him before he said, "Oh hell no."
You see a golden sandy beach.
Neat.
He,
Ma, you forgot to close the portal?
Our meeting.
We should.
You see her tail grab the door handle, those of you inside, and open it, and then it heads out and slaps the portal, and it drops into a stone. And then the tail sort of goes blink and shrinks back to its normal size.
one more small bit with the portal.
Go for it.
You see a bunch of armored vehicles start to pull up on the other.
Dear.
What are those? They look like moving houses.
Anywho,
look
Clara
like-
picks up the stone.
You now have one more stone, and she leans out and says, I'm gonna bring that back. I wanna go to Alaska and make snowmen.
Don't talk with your mouth full, ma'am.
Clara walks into the building and says, "Hey, Cricket! Can I have a quick in-person talk?"
He responds to you in your mind and says, I'm a little busy at the moment.
Well, I'm trying to determine whether the stone should go to you or return to Mom. I'm just let you two figure out what's going on because I don't want to figure it out.
Tell Cicada to put it on his staff.
Okay. Clara goes over here. As she leaves the room, says, "Sorry, Ma. But Cricket probably needs this more than you do."
She grumbles at that, but she's too busy enjoying cinnamon rolls to be really angry. I mean, who can be angry while they have a cinnamon roll?
Valid argument.
Clara
Hey.
puts the thing on Cicada's staff.
Yeah, I guess I take it and put it on the staff.
So, it's not until Cicada actually puts it on the staff that it works. But you see the wood sort of move like water and then move to grab the stone and hold it in place.
Eh,
So just stay there?
Yep, it's there.
You know, I have an illusion staff.
Yep, and I need to mark that down, so...
Wait, does her staff have all the other stones?
Nope.
It does.
Karga took those ones. But yeah, now you have the illusion stone.
And Clara walks back to the door and says, "Okay, Ma, if you want the stone, you're gonna need to ask Cricket about it. I don't want to decide who's in charge of it at the moment. So you two will have to talk."
She finally finishes the last cinnamon roll and gives a pout as she says, How am I supposed to travel through worlds? This is so unfair, stupid Cricket.
I mean, I still have it. I just don't know how it works.
And I wouldn't be able to get back. I mean, I gotta visit my family. I mean, my daughter, and my daughter, and my daughter, and my son, and my daughter, and my son, and my son, and my daughter, and my daughter.
But she only had one son, and that sounds like on a revenge story.
How many?
She says a number, but to everyone else it gives you a headache. And to you, Clara, it sounds like basically what she said was infinity. But to everyone else, it sounded like something eldritch, so you guys couldn't translate it. But basically, she said she both has one and infinity children.
So I was like, okay. I'm surprised you're able to keep track of all of them.
I mean, I kind of keep track. Like I said, I lost count long ago.
Oh, so, okay.
I see that was an old number.
I lost count when they started both existing and not existing at the same time.
Huh?
Yeah. Kind of wild, isn't it?
How?
Well, you're existing right now, but what happens if your world stops existing for whatever reason? Then you become non existent, but you also still exist because you can exist without the world. So there's like many Floras floating in the world, in the universe. So there's both infinity and one.
Clara,
As for the rest of you, you guys have no idea what she's saying half the time. All you know is it gives you a headache whenever she says things like infinity.
Yeah, that's why Cicada decided to step away for a bit. So she's going to try out her new illusion stuff.
attempts to comprehend.
Basically, what she's saying is she has no idea how many children she has because of the fractures. Because even if the fractures stop existing, the child that was in that fracture still technically exists.
Mm.
Because they're semi question mark. You know,
Okay.
your species.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, counting just you as one example, and not any other kids, she already has infinity in one, so it's impossible for her to keep count.
Clara takes her. She's like, so does that mean you visit all instances of me at the same time, or do you just visit them separately?
I mean, I used to, but then I lost the stone. And then I got the stone back, so I thought I'd take a vacation, and her ears droop and she looks really sad. And now I can't go visit my daughters.
Well, the stone is still here until Cricket decides to take it. It's
Yes, but then I'd have no way to get back here to visit you.
you just you just mentally send a note to me to have Cicada open a portal, and then we can bring you back.
She pauses and she looks at you and says, "Oh, we can totally do that." And she hurries outside and says, "Um, Cindy, can you transport me to Alaska?"
Let
Is
me
that
see
very
if I
far
can
away
do
from you?
that.
What did you say, Niku?
Is that very, very far away from this area right now?
Oh yeah, it's in another dimension.
Please do it faster, Cicada.
And lock the door behind you if you can.
I agree.
Uh,
It's kind of implied that we would be doing her traveling
I
in
am
case she
not.
wants to go somewhere else.
I am not a taxi.
She looks to you all and then says, "But you took my stone. How am I supposed to? You basically took her car, and now she needs a lift." And you're like, Well, yeah, but I'm not a taxi. That's basically her
Well, it's her,
situation.
so we might as well be a taxi. So I'm gonna try and test this out. Picture Alaska.
Whatever.
You don't know what an Alaska is. She just says,
Yeah.
"Oh, right, you can't make the portals, can you?" She reaches over and touches the stone, and a portal appears at the end of your staff. Like your staff gets swallowed into the portal, and all you guys see is snowy mountains on the other side. There's also a single wooden shack.
I thought that you had to slam it down. I was gonna ask, yeah, just break the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of.
Question, Ma. If you're the only one who can open portals, then
She pauses a bit and then looks to Cicada and says, "All right. So what you want to do?"
I'm listening.
And she pauses a bit, and you can sort of see the dial tone in her head. Doot, doot, doot.
Can I shove her into the portal?
She's now in snow. Wait! I still need a way to get. I still need a way to get back.
I don't know how to close it.
She tries to leave. She tries to exit the portal.
She successfully exits the portal.
Okay.
you could just teach me, Ma, if it'd be easier.
Oh yeah, I can just teach you. And then she begins speaking and giving you guys massive headaches. Flora, you perfectly understand this. You now know how to open portals to other dimensions.
Isabel's just gonna hide inside away from getting really irritated by all these headaches.
Right? Charlotte looks especially pissed off, and as soon as she was done, she shoves her out into the portal again.
I'll let you know when I want to be picked up again.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay, don't call.
I can't train like this.
I can't hear myself think with her around.
And with that, you close the portal, Flora. And you all experience. She was only here for 5 minutes too, by the way. So, and you all experience silence.
Ryu just looks over to Korax and says, and you were surprised when I said that they had my grandfather at his wit's end.
Hey, Clara, is it possible to translate those instructions to common?
Clara opens her mouth, holds the finger, and she says like, and then she closes her mouth, and then she's like, I don't know. By the way, out of character, should I like add that as a feature or trait?
Sure if you want. You can add it to your species info.
Okay.
Or languages, yeah.
Mins 2.
Yeah.
Elf City, please. Nearby, not at it.
Yes, ma'am. You see the house rise. Yeah. You see the house reluctantly rise, and it's almost lethargic for a moment, and then it starts walking.
Now with that headache gone, I'm going back to my workshop.
Okay.
Clara goes over to the head. Is there anything I could do to help perk you up? You seem bored.
Who are you talking to?
She was talking to Mittens too.
He just gives him. Sorry, I didn't catch that. He gives a sign. He says, "No, I'm just a little hungry. You guys haven't fed me once since I was created."
Oh,
What do you eat?
Souls, that sort of thing.
I'm not sure we can feed you souls.
I mean, we could talk to Charlotte about creating artificial souls.
Sounds like an idea. Clara goes over to the workshop and knocks on the door.
You hear a cocking of a gun as she aims it when she opens the door. Oh, it's just you, not the woman.
Mittens 2 said they were hungry or something and they eat souls. So is it possible for you to make some artificial snacks? Or something?
Charlotte squints at Cicada. Or not Cicada, Chlora, I'm sorry. There's a lot of C names.
You can ask Mittens 2 yourself if you want to.
You realize that a soul is life in general, correct? Even if it's artificial or not. You're asking me to murder someone to give themselves to a creature. You see that person over there? And she points over to little Chlora. Yeah, that person's alive.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm still thinking this through, okay?
Little Clara has. Speaking of little Clara, she has a tiny like toothpick in her hands, and she's watching the fish, and she's trying to catch one.
Thank gosh.
Ah, the social experiment is still under conduction, I see.
So what I meant was, like, if one was to make artificial meat without actually killing anything.
You know, soul substitute.
Yeah,
You can call it Soylent Soul.
Odd.
Flora, the moment I make an artificial soul, I can feel its very existence pulsing in my hand. You realize that, right? You asked me to give that away for food.
Here's about a point.
I'll see what I can do, though, as some sort of odd substitute. Charlotte just like groans at that. And then she goes back and hammers away, and you hear like 1,000 jackhammers rolling in the in the shed. Okay, I think I got something.
You gotta wonder. I just want to mention this because it's kind of funny. None of you guys have thought to ask Allah why the hell the cat takes souls.
Should probably ask her.
No. I would never. I would never question.
I would. I have divination.
Also, you try to use divination and your magic goes wild.
What?
Eh?
It's the first real spell you guys have cast today. So, let me just roll that 1d100.
Geez, that means I just wasted one of my components. One of my set of components.
The components weren't used. I'll be fair. The components weren't used.
No, I have 4 of them.
Let me see. It's under characters, right? Yeah, there it is. So you got that, which means you all watch as Cicada casts a spell, and then all the windows upstairs and the front door slam open, including the shed that Charlotte was working in.
Charlotte
What
cocks her
the-
gun again.
What the hell?
Like Korak's X is like out the door, sword drawn. What was that? What was that?
Is it
Eh.
nighttime right now?
No, I'm pretty sure it's still like evening.
Oh,
It's about midday.
okay.
I'm
Haunted.
going to wager that Clara was close enough to the shed door that she
Zach? Yeah, sure.
she may
Cicadas-
have taken a door to the face.
Ow. You take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Take one
Yeah.
door opening damage.
Sure. Regardless, that happened.
Cicada is just like all feathers ruffled Ghibli hairstyle.
Ow.
It wasn't the moon or sun. It was a bird.
That never happened before.
Want to try it again?
Hold on, let me try it. See if I can try that again.
So you're gonna cast divination again, or
Yeah, I'm gonna try and cast divination again.
again? Don't need to use up the components here because that would be a little unfair.
Okay.
So you cast it, and it goes wild. So let's see. You got that, and we want to go up here, and 3d10. So you cast divination, and suddenly there's a big explosion of gems, and each gem is worth 1d6, and like, if you need to go sleep, Jezebel, you can. So,
Hey, sorry.
Good night.
Nate.
That
17 gems explode into the grass around you, and each gem is worth 13 gold. So in total, bleh. You have 221 gold lying on the ground.
Clara is processing.
Borax, you recognize the telltale signs of wild magic.
so I figured.
Uh.
I helped Cicada to her feet.
That's never happened before.
What were you trying to do just now?
I was trying to do some divination and ask Alar about something, but something went wrong. Twice.
Try casting a different spell.
Okay. And I'm just gonna try and manifest a magical insect in the form of infestation. It's like not really doing anything, not really attacking, just manifesting the magic.
Alright. So, it goes wild.
Oh no!
And your color immediately turns white.
Oh no, she's albino.
Yep, your colors, you're still wearing your green clothes, but now you're a white Kenku.
What the heck?
I would test with my own spells, but I don't know if I want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Correct.
Korax fires a ray of frost into the sky.
It goes wild.
Uh,
Let me roll on D100. And I'm just gonna make them visible for you guys now. Let's see. 90. So, Ray Frost, once again, you make a large explosion of ice. It's now a 60-foot radius again. I can't believe that happened twice.
So hold on. Where is it? So yeah, okay, so everyone who isn't in cover takes 11 cold damage.
Alright.
Or actually, wait, I fired it into the sky, so
But it changed. Spell has 60 feet radius centered on target.
yeah, but the question is like, what was the targets? Because I kind of just fired it at the sky.
Well,
Should be targeting yourself, right?
Oh, hold on.
you have to target a creature. To use Ray of Frost, you have to target a creature.
Okay, probably the Chloratoy.
Alright.
no.
Little Chloratoy, ready to strike the fish that's just about to come close, suddenly freezes in place as the pond freezes over once more.
Well, the fish are dead now.
Oh
Chloroquine's probably
no.
dead too. She only has 7 HP.
Yep. So, Neku,
Yeah.
would you like to make death saving throws for all the little people?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Actually, wait a second. They only have 5 HP.
Oh yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You killed them all.
Yep, they're all dead. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Ah. Charlotte looks incredibly sad, and she just walks back inside the house.
Like
Zika,
Korak,
no.
like Korax is just dumbstruck.
Actually, hold on a second. Little Bun would have been inside. Little Jez is following Jezebel, right? So that would have been inside. Okay. I think it was only Little Ryu and Little Core that would have been outside. And Little Cicada. Unless you took Little Cicada too, didn't you, Jezebel's not here. I think Little Cicada was was just there. Okay. I just left them there because I was lazy, but yeah, I think that makes sense.
What is happening to our magic?
Corax? Is wild magic contagious?
Not to my knowledge.
So, this isn't affecting all of us, right?
Do you want to test it?
No. You. Oh, I can't. I can't like. The thought of a kitsune with wild magic is unthinkable. Thinkable. The destruction one could cause.
So at this point, you guys make it to the Elf City.
I guess at the meantime, Charlotte would start digging graves for the dead toys.
Korax will be there. As their accidental murderer, she owes them that much.
As you go to bury them, Do you put your goggles on at all?
Yeah.
You see their souls are still in the bodies. The bodies just stopped working. You think with some practice you could maybe repair them.
Oh. Corex, good news. Artificial souls don't die normally, I guess. Good to know that.
That's good to know.
Please don't kill them though next time. I'm gonna have to repair them.
Right.
Clara hugs little Clara. Yay! We didn't lose them!
The damaged toy does not move.
She then hands it to Charlotte.
Alright, give me a few days. I'll try to see what I can do.
What were you going to say, Cicada?
I was gonna ask Korax, this isn't permanent, is it?
I have no idea.
By the way, that reminds me. I need to do some quick rolls. Let's see.
It's. I mean, out of character. It's fine if it is.
Okay, let me just.
I mean, Korax's big physical change was pretty fucking permanent.
So, as you guys look around the city, you can see several houses glowing. One of the houses straight up has like a ball-sized hole that's been carved out of it. There's a charred corpse in the middle of the street that's currently, they're trying to figure out what to do with it and how to identify it.
Oh dear.
There's a large shining orb of light just sitting in the city. And the last effect is there's also one guy that's just moving around really fast.
Oh. Sonic.
What is going on?
And yeah, there's not that many people left in the city, but they are panicking.
Indeed.
Dear. I guess it's not just us.
It is not just us.
I think it might be happening everywhere.
With that said, Charlotte, shall we do your thing and then wrap up this session?
Sure.
So, you head to your parents' home, which is, again, abandoned at the moment. Because they're still in Appalachia. You find the hidden spare key and enter. Making your way up the stairs to where they've basically started using it as a storage. Though you do see your grandmother's things like pushed into one corner.
Memory lane all over. Past continues to haunt.
Hold on a moment. Let me turn you up. You're a little soft now. There we go. Continue.
City's in chaos. Magic's gone haywire. At least everything here is still the same.
What do you do?
Look over to the stuff that's up in the corner, reviewing Reacher's notes, see what she was last doing. Trying to see if maybe stuff she can relate to.
most of her stuff was basically shoved either onto her desk or under it. And you do indeed find some of her recent notes, things that were made based on the date shortly before she passed away.
I will start trying to read them.
The most recent note speaks of how she just is struggling to get the energy anymore. You know, I'm going to brush past it because I can't handle that, and if Jezebel rewatches this, I don't want to, so I'm just brushing past it, but it's really sad and emotional.
All right.
She basically says near the end that she's worried she might be running out of time to finish her magnum opus. There's a few designs for a metal head that she's been working on. And she mentions only wishing she had the time to finish making a new body. You look into the pile of junk and you see that exact head. You move stuff out of the way so you can get a proper look. And you see that it is attached to a metal body. What you were looking at is a half-built metal person.
I'm going to put on the goggles in this room.
You can see the faint traces of flickering light. Not enough to be full souls, but they were definitely created with a piece of soul. And they're all quite dim and clearly fading away.
Charlotte looks around the room, seeing these dim lights, and she watches each soul. Do they all look similar to one another?
Yep.
I think I know what you were trying to do. Charlotte mentions in a soft whisper as she tries to gather each of the soul's pieces.
You do?
She's gonna try to see if they are able to be formed into one full soul.
You bring them together, but with how faded they are and how weak, there just isn't enough soul left. But you do feel the familiar warmth, almost as if it's hugging.
Even if it's not full, if it's just a shard left, I'll try to finish what you started. Charlotte would take the machine and take the fragment with her.
You take the half-built warforged and the fragment and the soul fragment, and you leave. Do you lock the door behind you?
She would.
Alright. You head back to the island. What do you do?
Charlotte would walk past a few people something invisible holding in her hand, and the other with the warforged, just with help of Shiva. After she beckons the dragon over to aid her, she would move to her shed.
On the back of Shiva is what looks like a metal person. You will, those of you outside, notice.
What is this?
Then again, you guys are currently panicking about the wild magic, so maybe you don't notice it.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, that's true.
yeah, Cicada is panicking.
Regardless, you safely bring them inside.
Right, she would shout out.
Yeah?
We're gonna do an all-nighter.
Alrighty.
I need you to help me build the frame, and I'm gonna have to see if I can work with what I have here.
Anytime, my dude. You know I'm always good. And she reaches out with stars in her eyes and says, "Finally!" And she touches the wrench. Then she picks it up and holds it above her head. Finally!
Note to self, I need to buy Raichi her own wrench. I don't know why. Charlotte just feels like this irks her for some reason. Now Raichi made a display of it.
But it does make you feel better after reading the sad letter.
Yeah.
It's like, again, it was sad. It's just I really can't go into it right now. I'm not in a mental state where I can do that.
It's fine. Well, as long as we can continue, and that's a very interesting development.
So, are you good here for now, Charlotte?
Yeah, you know what I'll be. You know what my next plans are probably. So.
Yeah. We'll discuss that next.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that next session. So, everyone else, is there anything you would like to do before we wrap this session up?
Just to reaffirm with Cricket.
What do you ask?
One thing.
Yeah?
Cricket, where you are right now, is magic going wild? All of
Oh,
a
yeah.
sudden?
Oh, yes, Fiona is drunk.
Oh. Is that what's happening?
Yes. The god of magic is drunk.
Oh. Oh dear.
Illusion magic should still work as you have the stone, however.
Okay. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, now you know.
Actually, she is going to try and test it with minor illusion. With the stone.
You channel your magic through the stone, and a second cicada with actual normal feathers appears.
Okay. That's good to know. Illusion magic is fine as long as I cast it.
That is so limiting. That's incredible.
That is very limiting. I only spell.
There's legitimately like no good illusion magics at our current level.
Well, I mean... Well, I mean...
Otherwise, we're screwed.
Okay, I get it. Jeez. Anyway, do you actually do that, Clara?
No, I'm just going through my list.
Okay. So, do you say anything to the panicking Ryu, Cicada? Ryu. Wait, Ryu. Would you like to roleplay some panicking for us?
Ryu is literally going in circles. I was like, I can't. This can't be. It can't be right. This can't be right. Gods. It's a kids.
Ryu?
The kitsune can't have wild magic.
Ryu?
Magic.
Ryu, calm down.
What if this is happening to everyone back home?
Ryu, calm down. It's just Fiona being drunk.
Roll me perception with disadvantage.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Not you, Cicada, Ryu.
Huh?
Roll me perception with disadvantage. Just to see if you actually heard Cicada.
Perception. Where do I turn disadvantage on again?
Just click it.
You should always have it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've set the sheets to always roll with either one or the other. So you heard Cicada was saying something, but you weren't exactly listening, so you don't know what she said. But you do know she tried to talk to you.
She said everything is not fine.
No, Ryu, please.
No, that would have been a natural one.
That's still been funny though.
Anyway, Ryu, what do you do?
Ryu is like the kitsune can't the kitsune kitsune the
Ryu.
kitsune are magic. If our bodies go wild, it,
Okay,
you
I gotta try and grab his shoulder.
You grab his shoulder.
Slap him.
I smack
need-
him.
I
Calm down.
I need to go to the village now. Oh, I need to make sure.
Ryu. You were slapped.
Stop panicking. This is temporary. Cricket told me that Vierna is just being drunk.
Still, this. Remember what I said?
Ryu,
Kitsune.
everything is going to be okay. You need to calm down.
Based on the fact, Cicada, could you roll me Arcana?
Arcana, okay.
Arcanta, more like it.
21.
So, based on the fact that you can use the stone, you are pretty certain that it's only external magic that is going wild. As in, like, casting a spell will make it go wild, but your internal magic isn't going to suddenly explode or anything.
We none of us are going to die as long as we don't cast magic.
Okay. I still need to check on the village. It's my
They're
people
going
don't.
to be fine, Ryu. Please calm down.
It would take you about 2, maybe 3 days to get to your village.
I would think Cicada. My people live on. My people live off of magic.
As long as they're not casting it externally, they'll be fine.
Good. We have magic. Magic runs in our blood, so it should be fine.
It'll be fine. You're not going to explode.
So just external. Okay, so the magic runs in magic runs in our blood. So
It'll be
I should be
fine.
fine. I should be fine.
It'll be
Okay.
fine, Ryu. This
So-
is only temporary.
With that said, is there anything else anyone else wanna do?
No, that's pretty much it.
Borax, Chlora?
I do have a thing I want to do, but it might take long enough that I think it'd be better to do it next session.
Alright, just don't forget.
I don't have anything.
Alright, then with that, we will wrap this session up. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Goodbye.